Tomasz, and I'm founder of CBC. And I would like to show you an example of how do we tackle the topic of hydrogen, clean hydrogen in the club. So we set ourselves with the power of the leaders that we have around the world. Why we don't create some consortium? Yes, if we speak about ecosystem, so in order to make ecosystem happen, we need to bring different players. Yes, so in our club we have people from the whole value chain, from the industry, financial partners. Also we have experts across the value chain with Nobel laureates, the most famous professors, etc. Yes. On the other hand, when we speak about the ecosystem, so we need to have, all the projects, all the installations in the whole value chain. Yes. Afterwards, important is not only just to import from China or from India to another country, but it's important to create local industry, yes? Because if we have local industry, then the local government is also willing to support the development of the industry more, yes? And last but not least, very important element is human capacity building. We are together with Dr. Hoffman, with Miko in China. So we saw that it's quite easy to scale up the industry. And you saw it also in the solar industry. Yes, we can scale up industry 2,000 times in just 20 years. But I think the most difficult is to bring the skilled people. Yes, so that's why we created at the end of the day Go for Hydrogen Africa, which became like a epicenter for our efforts in Morocco, but also in Africa. Yes, so you can see we spent like last 2 years working very hard, meeting all the key players, and last week we signed MOUs for the first pilot projects in the country. We are bringing not only partners from hydrogen, but from the whole clean or green hydrogen value chain, like Hyperstrong, the biggest integrator of battery storage in China, but also financial partners from different continents, yes? So, and very important, we'll announce very soon, probably next week, the creation of the Clean Hydrogen Center jointly with École Hassania, the most prestigious grande école for engineering in the country. But very important, we'll also bring other partners, yes? Because together we are stronger. And next year, if you are coming to Morocco, please visit Agadir. This is the new resort, Danyaland. And we'll build there the first hydrogen villas, which will include also all the green energy solutions. And you can also be a part, yes? So if you would like to become a part of the consortium, please contact me. Then we'll be replicating this kind of consortium afterwards also to other markets. So Dr. Rashi was there. And Uday, unfortunately, he cannot join us, but I would like to present you the short video about hydrogen and e-mobility. Yes, because today we are covering different value chain, yes, within the hydrogen sector. And of course, mobility is one of the important sectors.
Omega Seki Mobility is one of India's largest commercial electric vehicle makers. We provide complete end-to-end clean mobility and sustainability solutions. Established in 2018, our products are helping not just logistics players reduce their carbon footprint, but also help small entrepreneurs earn their bread and butter. The latter is one of the key towards the growth of Indian economy, supporting the core workforce of the country. But this is just the tip of the iceberg, and we have plans to take the game even further.
What OSM has achieved. What we have today, in the last 4 years done, is put over 10,500 vehicles on the ground. Today, there are 750 districts of that 1.4 billion population. I've got touch points at 300 places. Some of the places where they don't even have Wi-Fi. I've got vehicles of electric down there, right? We are working, an Indo-French partnership with a new company called Hydrogen Intelligence.
Let me introduce you to HiWatt, the first intelligent hybrid energy storage system. using the complementary between zero-emission technologies. HyOne can be adapted on all small vehicles. Working on the complementary of the technology, HyOne is using hydrogen with a low-power fuel cell and a battery. When the vehicle is driving, the battery is used to provide energy to the motor. When the vehicle is parked, our small-sized fuel cell starts to generate electricity thanks to hydrogen stored in a tank and will charge the battery in complete autonomy without any infrastructure needed. Thanks to our small and compact mobile refueling station HyQ, the hydrogen tank can be refueled wherever and whenever it's needed. As the most abundant element in the universe, we still have much to discover about the potential of hydrogen present in the atmosphere, water and soil. It's our responsibility to drive the development of technologies to enable its harnessing.
So this is the first hydrogen three-wheeler that we have done, and we've put a hydrogen tank of 2 kilo that allow us to have 30 kilowatt hour of energy. And so basically just with the hydrogen, we are tripling the actual range of the existing vehicle and battery. The whole idea, is to bring a collaboration between France and India at the 50-50% level. And we'll learn from each other, and we'll do everything at 50-50. Today, all the industry is focusing on heavy mobility. And I try to show that battery and fuel cell need to work together. We have all the tools, all the key, all the industry is here and just ready to go. People are working since 20 years on that. They are just ready. The technology is here. We just need the push of the market. Most of the job is done, and so now we need to kickstart, and that's what we're going to do within this new company, Hydrogen Intelligence.
Together, we fuel the future with hydrogen mobility.
Okay, thank you so much. So Uday is one of our leaders in the club, and actually he's in charge of hydrogen mobility. So we are looking forward really to scale up this solution because in India, the market potential is huge, yes? So the only issue is refueling stations, but apparently they have solution also for putting very small, localized hydrogen solutions. So I would like to invite Avantika. Yes, Avantika, let's give her applause. Yes, we need more and more women. Avantika is a Senior Director, Head of Marketing, Industrial and Renewable Group. Oh, sorry. Actually, the description here is not good. Yes, of course. But Avantika is working for Advait Infratech, of course. Yes. So this was just, copy-paste. So Avantika, I would like to give you a floor. Did you give the presentation to? Okay, let's check if we can connect this computer. Maybe they can help you. Okay. So before giving a floor to Avantika when they are fixing the things, so you saw it's very important to involve different players from the whole hydrogen value chain, from mobility, from the knowledge base, and also from the industry. So Avantika's company is one of the winners of the tender, yes, for the manufacturing capacity and building manufacturing of electrolyzers in the country. And I believe that this is one of the key components, yes, in the whole system. That's why it's so important that we have representatives of the winners here, yes. Later we'll have Anush from Vari also presenting their project.
So I'd like to introduce my organization, that is Advait Infratech Limited. We laid our foundations in 2009, initially in the power sector, power transmission sector. And with the vision of our director, Mr. Shalin Sheth, now we are transitioning towards the transient energy transition. We are based out of Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and as the gentleman told, Gujarat is also one of the great states in terms of the projects and the supply chain of the green hydrogen system and the policy, government support and all of that. So we laid our foundations in 2009. with the supply of the power transmission equipments. And then we ventured into the manufacturing of these power transmission equipments. Coming to the point, last year we ventured into the energy transition segment, where we onboarded our first green hydrogen project in 2023, which is for a PSU THDC. And we began our carbon consultancy services as a forward integration and solar EPC services as a backward integration. So these are the business segments that we are active into. One is the power transmission solution and the new and renewable energy energy solutions. So these are the segments that we are working into. We'll quickly. So in the Advait Greenergy, which is an SPV of the Advait Infratech Limited, we are doing the electrolyzer manufacturing, and Advait Greenergy is the recipient of the 100 megawatt SECI PLI MNREs, which is the electrolyzer, which is the incentive that the MNRE is offering for the electrolyzer manufacturers. We are into GH2 EPCs, and to AGPL we have commissioned one of the projects of green hydrogen in Rishikesh, and we are doing the solar EPC as I told you. The second one is A&G, which is Advait and Guofu. So Guofu is our partner for the electrolyzer supply, electrolyzer equipment supplies. Here, under A&G, we have this year received the 200 megawatt SECI PLI incentive, and we are in the process of setting up of the factory. We are, again, under this, we are into the integral supply of the GH2 equipments. And we, under the TOT agreement that we have done with the Guofu, which is one of the Chinese players, big Chinese players in electrolyzer segment, we are going to start the indigenous stake manufacturing in Gujarat. Then we have Advait and TECO, where we are working towards fuel cell assembly and manufacturing. Then we have our sustainability consulting services, where we offer carbon consultancy, IREX, impact reporting, and offsetting solutions. And now we have recently ventured into the BESS, battery storage, to look after the supply chain that is there for the GH2. So our plan, our vision is to set up a 350 megawatt electrolyzer manufacturing facility by 2026. We are also planning, and we are also planning for 1 gigawatt electrolyzer manufacturing capacity by 2030. And by 2027, we are going to begin our operations in the fuel cell assembly and manufacturing. So last year, we participated in this MNRE's production-linked incentive for electrolyzer manufacturing. And luckily, we won, we were allocated 100 megawatt capacity. For this, we have received our LOA this year, January, and by the end of 30th month, starting from January, our 100 megawatt capacity will be ready. And then again, there was tranche 2 for electrolyzer manufacturing, where we were able to secure another 200 megawatt capacity. So now we are incentivized for a total capacity of 300 megawatt for electrolyzer production. So this is our electrolyzer facility. As of now, we are capable of assembling the electrolyzer to a capacity of 50 megawatt per year. This facility is expandable to 150 megawatt per year, and our total capacity that we are planning by the end of 2026 is 300 megawatt, for which we are into plans and talks with our technology partner for technology transfer also. So these are two of the projects. One has been completed successfully, which is a project for a PSU based out of Rishikesh, that is THDC. We have successfully commissioned the project in January this year. It's a green hydrogen microgrid project, which has a 300 kilowatt of electrolyzer, 70 kilowatt of fuel cell. So this project is basically lighting up their office premises, and the remaining, they are actually producing a surplus hydrogen, which they are storing which they are going to maybe sell or use for some other purpose. The second project is under progress that we are doing is for KPI Green Hydrogen based out of Surat, Gujarat, which has a 1 megawatt electrolyzer capacity, and they are going to store the hydrogen and oxygen that we are going to produce, and we are going to complete the commissioning of this project by February 2025. We also recently ventured into the solar EPC to support our green hydrogen vision. So we have secured our first project and we are commissioning a 30 megawatt project in Khavda. Our vision is to make this a 1 gigawatt story by 2030. Now, as a value-added service to our green hydrogen and solar projects, we have also started the carbon consultancy and carbon credits and carbon trades and voluntary carbon market is actually a tool to, make such technologies financially viable. So keeping that in mind, we've started the carbon consultancy and we were able to onboard about 40 projects worth equivalent to 200 plus megawatt capacity. We are as of now handling 4 million credits and our target is to incentivize the green hydrogen projects, green ammonia projects with the methodology, new methodologies that are being released by the carbon standards. That's going to be our focus here. Talking about our strategy, so these are our international collaborations. The first one is with GoFu that we'll talk about. Second one is TECO 2030. And the third one is Carbon Technology Energy. So with Carbon Technology Energy, what we are doing is we are developing is a prototype fuel cell using carbon plates, aiming to revolutionize the fuel cell and electrolyzer industry with energy efficiency. So here our vision is to create carbon-based plate stacks for fuel cells and electrolyzer. Talking about GoFu, so GoFu is one of the leading player in the electrolyzer supply, green hydrogen supply chain, which has a gigafactory in China, and they are also into manufacturing of the Type 3 and Type 4 electrolyzers manufacturing. So we have done the technology partnership, the technology transfer agreement has been signed, and we are planning to set up the electrolyzer, giga electrolyzer factory with the help of GoFu here in India, in Gujarat. TECO is a Norwegian-based company with which we have partnered for fuel cell assembly and manufacturing. Here we are in process of exploring the setting up of a factory for fuel cell assembly initially, and then manufacturing of the fuel cells, green hydrogen fuel cells, especially for shipping, mobility, stationary applications. About TECO, TECO is basically licensed by AVL, and they are working on some really big, amazing projects with Shell, with ThyssenKrupp on the fuel cell technology. The technology license is with TECO now, and we are going to explore setting up the manufacturing facility in India to cater to the Indian fuel cell market and to the SAARC nations market. I would be happy to share, we actually mapped our services across the SDGs that are there, that what all SDGs we are contributing to, so we prepared a report. I'd be happy to share it with you later on. So as of now, our presence is in more than 45 plus countries. Our market cap is 1,500 crore plus. We have, in 15 years of experience, completed more than 450 projects, and now with the vision of our directors for the energy transitions, we are going highway in the energy transition, especially trying to capture the supply chain from solar to green hydrogen equipment manufacturing, electrolyzers, to Type 3, Type 4 cylinder manufacturing, to the gigafactory in 2030, to the carbon consultancy. I believe that it's to become energy, to achieve the energy security, India and the policies are quite supportive, and looking at the renewable energy policy that is there, India is actually positioned in a very advantageous position, and I don't think it would be difficult for a nation like India to achieve 1.51 USD per kg production of the hydrogen. Thank you.
So we have still two presentations before the break and before our networking lunch. So let me introduce on the stage Anush Sharma. Anush, CEO of hydrogen business at Waaree Energy, and it's a special honor, yes, because the founder of Waaree Energy, Mr. Hitesh, is our chairman of Cleantech Business Club here in India, and he was one of the guys, who created the industry, solar industry in India, who helped solar industry to scale up. And what I like with Hitesh, that he's always delivering what he promises. Sometimes he delivers more. Yes, so I believe if Hitesh took to his team Anush, you will be also one of the leading companies in the hydrogen sector. So please give applause to Anush.
First of all, thanks, Tom, for a nice introduction. Truly appreciate. Also, I would like to thank you for this opportunity. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I know we are very close to the lunch, but I think this is such an important session. I'm sure all of you are very, very keen to know what's happening in India as far as green hydrogen is concerned. My previous speaker just talked about what they are doing in this particular space. But I would like to say that in the inaugural session, Mike talked about so much of electrolyzer capacity being there in China and not so much in other parts of the country. But Nishant from GH2 talked about a large number of capacities for electrolyzers coming in. And here I am to talk about what we are doing on the hydrogen space. So to start with, while Tom has already talked about what we do, but a very quick introduction to Waaree. We are the largest solar module manufacturers in the country with capacity of about 13.3 gigawatt and expanding. We are a fully integrated EPC player on solar modules, and we have also interests in lithium-ion batteries, and apart from hydrogen, obviously a very large portfolio of EPC for solar modules. If you look at our product portfolio, you can clearly see right from renewable energy, lithium-ion batteries, as well as green hydrogen. So clearly we are becoming, or we are one of the largest vertically integrated green energy transition player. Now just very quickly moving on to the hydrogen side, Waaree Clean Energy Solutions is where the hydrogen business, green hydrogen business is. And I would just like to explain, the multi-pronged approach what we took as far as the hydrogen business or the electrolyzer business is concerned. So first, talking about the collaborations, obviously, to start with, we are looking at collaborating with the developed technology providers to bring in electrolyzer technology so that the manufacturing can happen very quickly within India. And also we are looking at collaborating with the various research and development institutes, academia, to make sure that these technologies continue to improve and we bring in more efficient technologies here. On the production side, we already have a very strong engineering capabilities developed to provide customized solutions, and also we will have a full-fledged, research and development team along with a laboratory to do various tests on the electrochemistries, particularly improving the efficiencies of anodes, cathodes, membranes, so that the energy efficiencies continue to improve. On the manufacturing side, one of the unique things which we are looking at is skid-mounted solutions for large-scale, gigawatt-scale electrolyzer facilities. This is to ensure that the site work gets reduced substantially. As I said, Waaree will be able to provide end-to-end solutions, right from renewable energies, battery energy storage solutions, as well as electrolyzers. and also the storages and compressors to meet the entire green hydrogen needs for the customers. To start with, we have chosen alkaline water electrolysis as the technology for manufacturing green hydrogen or the electrolysis technology. And this is to ensure that we are bringing in a very matured and reliable technology into the country, which has been running for several decades, a very well-proven technology. Also, significant cost advantages because of non-usage of platinum group materials into it, and a very simple supply chain, I would say. And that's why this particular technology makes a very compelling choice for the green hydrogen producers. The picture what you see on the screen is actual picture of a 5 megawatt stack. We wanted to bring in to the expo, but unfortunately this weighs about 40 tons, and we had to settle down for a miniature of this, and we have actually we have kept a small version of this particular electrolyzer at our stall, and would be happy to talk and showcase this electrolyzer at our stall in hall number 9, booth 8. Please do come over to see how a stack looks like where the water splitting happens. About the technology partner, we have chosen a partner with very strong credentials, more than 15 years of experience in the electrolyzer industry, more than 60 patents on the stack and balance of plant, very large 2 gigawatt kind of a manufacturing facility which is already in place. And the products have been supplied across the continents with compliances to C certifications, ISO, ASME certifications as well. And now I would like to present, what we are bringing onto the table here is a world-leading electrolyzers. These are highly efficient, and the stack efficiencies of about 4.3 units of power for 1 meter cube of hydrogen production. And the stack sizes, I would say, ranges from as small as about 20 meter cube an hour, going up to about 2,000 meter cube an hour. In the energy industry parlance, if I have to say, ranging from 100 kilowatts going up to about 10,000 kilowatts. That's the kind of range of stacks which we will be manufacturing in India. And these stacks, obviously durability is something which is associated with the alkaline stacks, and we are looking at sort of 80,000 hours or 10 years kind of a running life for these stacks. A lot of work has gone into safety, and be it HAZOP or SIL certifications, these are there, and different interlocks and the safety alarms, these are all going to be in place. As I was talking about the modularity and skid-mounted solutions, depending on what the requirements are, we could customize the solutions for our customers depending on what the industry is, be it for ammonia, large ammonia complexes, be it for ethanol or methanol productions, a glass industry, steel industry, depending on what the requirements are, we have the capabilities to customize. And here, what we are also showing, on the picture is that you have single balance of plant for multiple stacks, which is essential for optimization of the costs, given the cost pressures on green hydrogen versus the fossil fuel. This is something which is paramount. Moving on to what are different type of stacks, and I've just segmented into 2 large size stacks, 5 megawatt, 10 megawatt, are immediately available for offering for the green hydrogen production. Obviously, these are very large stacks, weighing in the range of about 40 to 70 tons, with dias of anywhere between 2.5 to 3 meters and length of about 5 to 6 meters. But we do have the small electrolyzers as well, containerized solutions as well for the small and medium scale requirements. So a complete range is available depending on what the requirements are. We could propose for right kind of solutions. Moving forward and talking about some of our manufacturing plans, obviously we plan to set up a very large state-of-art electrolyzer manufacturing facility. This is going to have, I would say, semi-automated production lines, be it for cutting, milling, machining, welding, assembly, and important to note is the in-house coating facilities, which is something very, very critical for electrolyzers to ensure a long, durable life as well as high efficiencies as well and low degradation rates. Just happy to share that we have received the production-linked incentive from Government of India for about 300 megawatt electrolyzer manufacturing capacity. Apart from electrolyzers, while we are, as I said, that we have started with alkaline, but we are also continuously looking at the other technologies as well on the electrolyzers, and we plan to bring them on board by 2026. We are continuously scanning the space, and depending on what the requirements are, very, very compact sizes or more efficient wherever, let's say you have steam available, SOEC could be one of the possible solutions, and that's why we are looking at the other electrolyzer technologies as well. Apart from this, we will also be bringing in high pressure storages and the fuel cell solutions and refueling stations as well for the mobility purposes as well. Now, obviously, for any product, the after-sales services and the compliances are extremely critical. These electrolyzers, what we bring in, they'll be compliant with all the Indian requirements, be it ISO, ASME requirements, be it heat exchangers, pressure vessels. So we'll be meeting the requirements, and also for the electricals and the safety classifications will be following these standards as well. We will be in a position to provide end-to-end services to the clients, from selection of the technology, bringing in right kind of electrolyzers, supporting on the commissioning and operations of it, training of that, as well as, I would say, the stack refurbishments, which are going to be there after the life of these, initial life of these stacks. All of these services will be provided to the customers, which otherwise could be a challenge when you are importing stacks. Refurbishment of stacks could be a big challenge, but with local manufacturing capabilities here in India, this is something which is going to be a big advantage for the green hydrogen producers as well. So that's a very short, I would say, quick introduction about what we plan to do and what products, electrolyzers we are bringing for green hydrogen production. I would also like to invite you to hall number 9, booth R08, to come and see the stack and have more detailed discussions. Thank you so much.
So Jan is a AGM head carbon markets. Oh, of course, I mixed this. This is like, copy paste. So Jan is working at Infineon, yes, and you saw the beautiful video of Infineon at the beginning of the conference. So let's give Jan applause, because Infineon is one of the biggest partners of REI, and without partners, we cannot do anything, yes? So Jan, thank you so much. Thumbs up for you. And 他会说中文，因为他是新加坡人。
Thank you, Thomas. Yeah, hi, good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Chen Leong, the marketing for Infineon, and my responsibility is in Asia Pacific. So my location is in Singapore, right? The focus for my responsibility is mainly in the industry and renewables. Yeah, so very nice to be here. I know I'm just between you guys and the lunch, so I just had 5 slides, which will not be more than 10 minutes. I tried. Yeah, so please bear with me. Can I have the change of the slide? Is this the one? Yep, okay. Well, so first, let me just give an overview, right, or introduction of what Infineon is as a company, right? And today, this is all about semiconductors that I would like to share with you guys. So semiconductors to you guys might, be kind of very much, some of you may not be very familiar with that, but I would just like to bring the message to you guys that it is actually very critical, right, in most of the power system, right? And for Infineon, in light of the global decarbonization and digitalization, right, we are actually very focused in certain areas. And you can see in the mobility, and this is where the automotive, or you call, this is where we focus. And as well as the mega trend, the other mega trend on IoT, this is an area which is also emerging, and power semiconductors will be in high demand. Last but not least, in the energy, in the green and efficient area, this is all, where semiconductors plays and how we're able to enable the green and efficiencies system over here. So these are the 3 areas we focus, and you can see based on that, our revenue has actually doubled in the last 5 years, right? We are very focused on where we play, and if you look at the top right side, that shows the 4th division where we are in, where we have, and the various semiconductors that we offer for the various application and segments. Right, so much for introduction of Infineon, a German company. Now let's zoom into my area of focus, which is more on the industrial and renewable. So this slide here, which shows based on the net zero in 2030, there actually what means a vast opportunity for the whole energy value chain, right, from the generation, right, on the solar and the wind, to the infrastructures, and then to the consumptions portion. And where's hydrogen? Just look at in the right bottom there, there's the electrolysis. And that is where that is a topic of today, right? And that is where semiconductors is also able to contribute to here to make it more efficient and in a way more reliable, right? So we will just focus over here. But the rest of those applications are pretty much complementary, right? And it would also play a part, where it will bring out the importance of hydrogen as well. As the earlier speakers has also mentioned, the demand for hydrogen is actually lagging behind, right? So there's also a need for the consumption area to embrace hydrogen, and then there will be the plot where the whole ecosystems, will develop. Now here is just to show the energy system of a hydrogen electrolysis. So today we're talking about green hydrogen, and to the left side, this is all the sources, right? We're talking about whether it's from the grid and the renewables like the wind and solar, or the batteries storage, and that goes to the hydrogen electrolyzers in a middle portion. And to the right side, that is where the demand are. I think this had been highlighted enough from the earlier speaker, right? So that shows the importance of electrolysis. Some requirements on the plant and technology are just put out here, but primarily, I would like to stress on the importance of how semiconductors can contribute over here. At the first category on the top, this is the plant requirement. And we'll just zoom into, say, on the grid code. grid code, the electrolyzers were to adhere to that, and that means there's a need to perhaps, conform to the total harmonic distortion, right, or to have unity power factors, and these are all possible with semiconductors. Yeah. The next, integration of renewables, all these solar or wind, right? This will all require power electronics, the power converters, and that is where semiconductors comes in, right? So this integration of renewables is also essential without the availability of semiconductors. And next, modular. This would be needed as well, right, to have a kind of flexibilities from various power to scale up to a higher power. And from Infineon, we provide exactly the kind of product portfolio for this possibility of a modular. Yeah. And down at the bottom on the technical requirements, here you would see for alkaline or a PEM, right, there will be a different needs of parameters or requirements from voltage and current. This is exactly where semiconductors will be critical and essential. Imagine electrolyzers to have a good performance and to be reliability over the years. It needs to have a smooth DC current ripper, right? And how to actually ensure that? That is where semiconductors also comes in here. So just a very brief over here. Next, we look at the whole grid itself, just as an example of the various grid. So here there's an AC grid that goes through a transformer, and then to that little box that you see, which is a rectifier, right? Then there's also from wind energy that goes to also the small little box, which is the rectifier as well. Then to the solar farm, to another kind of different box, right? And this is actually a DC-DC converter, or we call it power converter, to make it much more simple for you guys. Then likewise for energy storage system. So I would like you guys to just look at the color, the purple color there, right? And that is where we see the DC power or DC voltage. And this is definitely essential for the electrolyzers to perform well. And with that, it is definitely needed for semiconductors to do the AC, the rectifier, right, or for the power converter as well. Yeah, so this is where we play. And perhaps I will just take a moment here to just do some marketing of the products. You see, I did not show any of the products from Infineon, right? It's just power semiconductors, but it is actually very essential. So just as an example, right, we can have, say, 250 kilowatt of electrolyzers, and where semiconductors that we offer are mainly like the silicon carbide devices, right, and also some of the silicon power devices as well. But when you move into a higher power, that is maybe more than 250 kilowatts to megawatts level, as some of the earlier speakers shows, they have a 1 megawatt installation, they have a 5 megawatts, and that scales to 50 megawatts. From Infineon, then that is where we comes in with the bipolar stacks, and as well, if you are working on the active front end, then the silicon carbide devices or IGBTs would also be possible. So that is where we play, right, in the semiconductors in this hydrogen area. This is my last slide. So the key message I want to bring to you guys, we are already the #1 power semiconductors in the various complementary application, from a renewable energy generation to the energy infrastructures like the EV charger, and then to the power conversion. We are actually the market leader in the semiconductors here. And we would also like to continue this leading position in the hydrogen as well, right? And that is particularly in the electrolyzers. And we definitely is well positioned because from a power electronics perspective, the products, the semiconductors are pretty much similar, right? From the various application that I show here. to what it is possible to be used in the hydrogen electrolyzer. So, meant to say, it's a proven design, and there always been, new technologies in the semiconductors that will help very much in the two aspects, high efficiency and also the reliability. Yeah, so that is where we can contribute to that. And lastly, just a little bit on the local ecosystems from where Infineon is playing. We do have quite a sizable number of employees or team in India, right? Not just the sales and marketing, but also on the design centers, etc. So we have the footprint, Infineon, the footprint in Bangalore, in Delhi, and also in Pune, right? And there we look set to expand as well. So pretty important is we would like to spread out and expand our presence to collaborate with all the different value chain in a node of the ecosystem. Yeah. So yes, that's I think so all from my side. And if you are interested to know more about the semiconductors and perhaps how we can collaborate as a partner together, do look for me and my partners, my colleagues over here, right? So we can share with you more in details. Thank you.
Will join us also for the afternoon, yes? Okay. So just, Jan, for your information, I started working in solar in 2004, and already in 2005, I was attending in Moscow the first semi event, yes? So actually already in the past, we were speaking about close collaboration between semiconductor industry and at that time solar industry, yes? But solar was so small. In the meantime, we became very strong. So I'm very happy that you guys are also working in hydrogen, yes? Because you have huge knowledge, and it's so important to integrate this knowledge to build the hydrogen ecosystem. So one more applause for Jan, yes? And are you hungry? Yes, you are hungry. But before the food, I would like to invite 3 of our speakers who needs to leave later. I would like to invite Eva for the stage, yes? Also Anush, because, Anush told me that Hitesh gave him big targets, so he needs to go to the booth, and there is so many customers coming. So it's not only about speaking, but at the end of the day, it's about making business, yes? Because in order to scale up, we need to make a true business. And also, one more, who from the speakers will be also leaving? I think only you, okay. So I would like to now ask our host, MC, to bring the trophies, yes? Right. So this will be the first trophy ceremony. You made a great job both, yes? And thank you so much once again for waiting, but you see, like, with our energy, positive energy, we are catching up very fast. Yes, so can we bring the trophies?
I've asked them to get it.
Okay. So as we have you on the stage, yes? So maybe with Eva. So how is your impression about this exhibition? Yes, and how do you work on the closer collaboration with the Indian companies?
It's really amazing to see so many people here in the room and in the exhibition. And yeah, I'd like to further strengthen our cooperation, especially between Germany and India, but through the Indo-German Energy Fair.
And how did you appreciate the fact that we started late, but we were able to advance with the program?
Through exchange, to learning from each other, and yeah, to having those conferences, and yeah.
So Anush, last but not least, you made an impressive presentation, yes? So what is your expectation from REI here, and how do you think it will accelerate your business?
Sure. So I think this is one of the largest renewable energy exhibitions, and we are just here to exhibit our products. No business, Tom, at the exhibition, but yes, I'm sure as we introduce the products, there is some kind of a, inquiries do get generated, and we are just looking at exhibiting it, telling people that, okay, now these products are available in India for the use, for the advancement of the industry. That's what we are essentially looking at.
Okay, so now I think
Yes, of course. Here are the mementos, and I request Thomas, sir, please present this small token of appreciation to all our esteemed speakers present on the dais, as they have given us such information and their insights and given us a knowledgeable session throughout. Thank you so much for your presence. Everyone, please congratulate them and thank them for their precious time they have given us today here.
Can we switch to the other presentation, please? Could you switch, please? Okay.